Hi, I'm Mike Demsky. I've been an employee for the town of Barnstable Rec Division. This is ending my 9th year. Came across the job one day. I drove by one of the beaches and I saw an elderly person there. And I said to myself, if she can do it, I could do it. So I went to the rec center and applied, and I'm still here. We greet the people coming into the beach. If they have a Town of Barnstable sticker, we let them pass. If they don't have one and they're coming for the beach for the day, we sell them a parking pass, which gives them the parking all day long, not just at the one beach that you sold it at. Work with a lot of kids that just graduated high school and they're going to college in the fall, and plus kids coming back, they're already in college, and they all have a good head on their shoulders. They know what they want to do in life, and it's just fun working with them, and sometimes it makes me feel younger.
One of the town managers a number of years ago referred to this position as the ambassador of the town, because we do meet a lot of the people, all of the people from all over the world that come here. And we are asked a lot of questions, not only of the memorial and of the Kennedys, but also of where to stay, what to do, where to go to dinner, and what other activities may be going on in town. So it turns out to be more of a concierge rather than anything else. I find personally that retirement is great. However, when you retire, you don't just retire. I believe that you should do something, whether it's part-time work or volunteer work, that you enjoy. And if you enjoy what you're doing, it's not really work.
We have hundreds and hundreds of people who volunteer as well, and are employed at the beach or employed here at the youth center. But this is a year-round facility. We also have people that work for us that are at the beach, then they come in and they'll start to maybe work at the front desk, doing jobs that we add in the wintertime, or people have been in those jobs in the summertime and then they go off to college, and then our senior population will come in and say, hey, I only want to work a few days or a few hours a week, and we'll accommodate that. We also have the same thing. We have a lot of people that have skills, not just skills to work at a front desk and talk to people, but they come with skills like they know how to skate, or they know how to play basketball, or they know how to get along with kids and enjoy being around the youth and helping raise them. So they'll come in and get involved in that way. So we have a person that comes in and sharpens skates. They have a skill of sharpening skates, so we work them a couple hours a week. There's so many things people can give back to make our town a full community. And, say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it's a whole village raising every child in the town of Barnstable. And we can't do it without all the age groups working together to make that happen.
I have learned a lot here. Fortunately, it's kept me active and my brain working, thank goodness. But I worked for many years running an office for a German company. And when I retired, it was fun for the first year or so. Could go have lunch with the girls and do all the stuff that you've wanted to do for years, but then it got kind of boring. I like to learn some of the new programs. Sometimes I have to take notes so that I won't forget the proper procedures. But I do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun working here, and people are great to work with, and it's a variety of different things to do, so I really enjoy it. I do share this job with another elderly person, and we split the week up. I have 3 days, she has 2 days. We share the same desk and all the same materials, which is fun. And we interact and let each other know what the other person has done and how things are going. And sharing the job is good. Sometimes I save the really hard things for her. and keep the easy ones for myself.
You know, we work in a town that really wants to be all-inclusive of everybody that lives here, and we want the quality of life to be what people want it to be. So we work very hard to make sure that everybody gets the best quality of life possible, whether it be working for us, whether it be participating in a rec program, or just coming and watching your grandchildren or your kids skate. You know.
When I first came here in 2002, we were working on, they were like probably double this size. They were, you know, twice. It would have been like 2 pages together. And they were like cardboard. And we actually cut out and the ads and the copy. And then we'd have to put it through a waxer and paste it down. And everything had to line up. And we'd have to put bullseyes on and line everything up. And then the printer would actually come pick up those pages. And now we can actually just put everything down digitally, and we can send it electronically to the printer. I think at least 3 of us up here are tech junkies. We love new programs. We love learning anything new, and if it's hard and challenging, we enjoy it.
All of us up in production are actually pretty psyched whenever something new comes into play, because it does, you know, and the end of the day makes our job easier. Maybe it doesn't take a short amount of time, but easier to access things, or easier to lay something out, or to transfer information from one place to another. We've had a number of updates over the last few years regarding laying out our stories on the paper, or getting information from editorial to the production department. These are all different types of programs that we've updated to, and it's a little learning curve. But all of us love to learn that kind of new stuff. Many people prefer the hard copy, so we don't ever hear from them. They're happy with the hard copy, and that's it. Some people like both, and they've never worked with the e-edition before in any way, you know, with any newspaper. So they would call us, and we have to explain the whole process of how to get on there, how to access each page, all the past editions, you know, all different age groups from very young. One time I had a caller who was 83 years old who was doing it. So it's pretty wide demographics of people who are interested in the online edition. And of course, you know, tens of thousands who are interested in the paper edition. It's an amazing place to work. We're all like a family. It made me think of my sister Lara, who passed away 4 years ago from pancreatic cancer. She was almost 10 years younger than me. But she lives in Boston, and every other week on a Friday afternoon, I would leave here at noon to go spend the afternoon with her while she was, you know, getting treatments and all that. She had other family around too, but this is the kind of place where you can do that. You know, any of us that have ever had family members or children or grandchildren or, you know, illnesses or whatever, there has never been a time where we've had to like cash in any chips to, you know, make up for any time. We all work super hard. Work overtime whenever we need to, but in return we also are treated like adults.
What we do here is allow people a lot of latitude in their jobs, in that, you know, our sports reporter, for instance, doesn't just do sports. If she comes across an issue or a news story that she wants to do, she runs with it. Because we're so small, I am not just the editor. I am also a reporter and a photographer, and I have on occasions done layout and subscriptions and whatever else we need to do. Nobody here really has just one job. It definitely helps the paper run because you're not the only person who can do something. You don't rely on one person to do subscriptions or to do, you know, the front desk or advertising. People can step in if they need to do just about any of the jobs here. Well, I think it contributes to sort of the relationships we have here among the staff. Everybody kind of understands what everybody else does. So it helps us get along, I think, and really have empathy towards other people's problems and issues that they might have. People find it hard to leave the Chronicle, I think, as you can see, given our tenures here. So people here are allowed to take time off to work on a nonprofit or a service project if they need to. People have been involved in all sorts of organizations here, from the Chambers of Commerce to the Red Cross to the food pantry in Harwich. So, yeah, it's because we're so small, we're out in the community all the time, and people know us, and so we get asked to do things, and it's really good for the paper to be integrated into the community like that.
One of my favorite things, I work very closely with a couple of the high schools because I'm the sports writer, so I'm at all the games, but I've formed a relationship with them. That's how we get some of our best tips, is just the relationships that we have with people out in the world. And they feel comfortable with us because they know that we care about what we're writing about, we care about what we're doing, and we have the maturity to handle it appropriately.
Being here, it's like family. Everybody cares about each other. And it really is. That's why people stay for years and years, because when you're together, you care about each other. And you work as a team, and you want to make it work. You want to make it the best there is. And that's why when I look forward to coming to work. And it is true, when you might have a day that, you feel kind of off. You get here, and it's like, okay, everything's good. Let's have fun, So, and let's take care of the customer and make sure they're having a good time. Since I've been here, the business has really grown. But I think it's because of the people that work here. No matter what age you are, everybody just does their job and does it well.
I love it down here because I love the excitement, That's me. I have recruited at least 3. And they're doing well, And so, but like I say, it's a wonderful place to work. I like working, and I don't want to, if you don't have something for me to do, send me home. That's the type of person I am. I have to stay busy and stay working. And I tell them that, and like I say, I have at least 3 people working here that I recommended.
The brochures that we put together, I take out. And here's one here. Here's our Nantucket. This is a schedule for the boats. And I have 75, actually about 80 now places that I go. Basically in Barnstable, but also into Yarmouth, into Dennis, and down in Mashpee. And we just want to get our face and our name in front of people who are looking for something fun to do. And that's us. The great thing about working here is the tremendous freedom that you have to kind of create your own position. Mine for sure. Not all, I understand. If you're a security guard, then you have fairly set role you have. But at least for me, the freedom that I have to make choices, make suggestions, help others, solve problems that might not have been my billywhack, but it is now, and so it's great. Freedom.
You just feel so alive. I mean, you can be having a down day, and you get on that coach and you start talking, and you have people that are listening to you, that are interested, that think you're brilliant. Probably almost 18 years ago, started Cape Cod Tour Guide Association. So all winter long, when we're not working, we have these wonderful meetings, and we have people come in from all over with their interests. So we're always learning something new. I would like to be doing this until I'm no longer on this planet. Our oldest tour guide actually died a few years ago. She was, 92, and she was still doing tours. So that's the way you want to be.
Particularly in my department, we bring on older employees often, and there's a turnaround, but they come from all different backgrounds. So we'll have someone that used to be an electrician. We will have people that used to do metal work. So the other half of my department is really young kids, and those older influences on the young kids is very important and fun to watch the interaction between the younger guys in my crew and the older guys, and then them just picking the brains and asking questions and learning a lot. We actually have a lot of veterans that work for us that are retired. It's really neat to watch, the young people look up to the veterans and the older employees and just soak up the information and the knowledge that they've accumulated over the years. There is not only in management and ownership multi-generational, but a lot of our employees have multi-generational experience and opportunities at Highline.
Yeah, and they all have been bestowed with the understanding that it's just the work ethic and the customer service that they get it from their parents as they worked here, and now they're working, and their parents are still working here, and it's all happening at the same time.